What is up, guys? Mcdoubles back again with a brand new episode of our Fel-Touched Smite, Seal of Righteousness, Exorcism, all that kind of jazz playthrough series. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's get right into it. So the first thing you guys are going to notice is that my character is looking pretty beefed up right now. Yeah, I've made quite a lot of progress, but we're going to start right here. So this is an interesting build. I have not gotten a single decent build with happiness so far, until maybe right now. So we just got Smite at 44, and then we happened to get Holy Shock offered to us at 46. So this is the build. This is literally the build, right? I don't need anything else. I also have Frostbrand weapon, Moonfire can fish for Smite procs perhaps. We have some decent heals on this character. We have no real way to close a gap, but we have a pseudo gap closer in Disengage. We do still have a lot of useless crap like Raptor Strike. We did end up pulling Battle Stance, which is quite nice though, and Polymorph, which I completely forgot about. We also have Amplify Magic, which is decent. Hammer of Justice, as we always have had. Seal of Command this time though, so this is very interesting because it also does holy damage, and I'm pretty sure it might actually be stronger than Seal of Righteousness, although the whole point of the build is SoR, right? But I don't know if that's because it's actually better than Seal of Command, or because Seal of Command is a talented ability, so it's a lot harder to base an entire build around it, question mark? I don't really know, but we have both, which is interesting. And then of course, like I said, we had Smite. So I am going to go ahead and grab the Holy Shock here, which, you know, fundamentally changes everything about how my build plays. And I'm pretty excited about that, I'm not going to lie. 46, maybe this character will be the one to pull through. We certainly have enough resources to make that happen. I mean, 35k honor, 333 Fel-Touched souls. We're doing good. You know, it's just a matter of rolling the right abilities, and yeah, so far it looks like we have. So here's what actually ended up happening. I went a period of time where I was pretty confident that I was only going to be recording but not really doing any voiceovers, and I was playing through happiness, as you saw in the previous clip. What ended up happening is his build was not good. Come 60, I didn't have enough survivability, and the damage was just basic at best. It just wasn't very impressive. I was a little bit disappointed, I'm not going to lie. However, we did finally work up enough Marks of Ascension to do the 50 Mark of Ascension quest turn-in for 3 Hands of Fate. And with those Hands of Fate, we were able to revamp our character and make him a little bit better so that dying is less punishing for us. And that's what you're going to see happening in the background. Now, this was very important for a variety of reasons, but the most important reason is that what happens here, and as a result of this particular moment, fundamentally did change my character. Because as you saw in that beginning clip, that character that you saw is going to arrive as a result of this decision here. To sacrifice my previous character at the demons so that I could remake him with these Hands of Fate and just try it all over again. I put all of the gear that I had in the bank and I just said, yeah, let's go for it, right? Yeah, it worked out very, very well. So what ended up happening is we were able to trade in Eviscerate for Lightning Shield, then we were able to pick up Flame Tongue Weapon, and then we replaced Raptor Strike for that. Lastly, we picked up Counterspell, and we ended up getting rid of a pretty interesting one here, but Rejuvenation. This is going to be an iffy one, but it turns out that it paid off, and you know, it did pay off in the future. I feel a little bit naked outside of hard casts in terms of my defensive capability, but it looks like my offense might just be able to make up for my defense at the end of the day on this character. Now, another really cool thing that actually happened while I was playing is that I actually found out that there was a texture repack. Now, I've already played Classic WoW, and I think at this point, many of us old WoW fans are kind of over the nostalgia trip, and that's why it's, you know, becoming more and more appealing to people to play on private servers like this, but also some people are really genuinely looking forward to Shadowlands or possibly even a TBC Classic, right? Because they're just over that vanilla red goggles phase. For me, this texture pack is just embodying that, right? It's just bringing me up to the retail WoW graphic specs. It's beautiful. It turned happiness from a really stupid looking character to a pretty cool looking character, if I do say so myself. And you can see we got Hemorrhage in the background. That is something I probably shouldn't gloss over, but yeah, it is a very big deal. But I just need to talk about how beautiful the game looks. Really, it does kind of reinvigorate your whole reason to play, so I really do highly recommend you guys pick up that texture pack on the Discord. Now, this is going to be one of the more pivotal moments because getting Frostbrand weapon here is going to allow our build to really come into fruition. Now we're going to have both Flame Tongue weapon and Frostbrand weapon and the perks that come alongside it with certain talents in the enhancement tree that go particularly well with Storm Strike. So the plan is to grab Storm Strike at level 60. Okay, we should be getting a new ability here. And oh my god, yes! Exorcism! Oh my god, that is so good. I actually didn't think I was going to be able to play another Art of War build. You know, Exorcism really is my favorite ability. It really is. In the whole game, I played a Paladin back in Wrath when I was like 12 or 13 years old. And yeah, it just brings back really good memories. This is really sick, though. This is really blowing up our hybrid potential. And yeah, I'm very excited to be able to use this alongside 2 out of 2 in the Art of War talent in the Retribution tree. Okay, so we've been questing in a different spot. I tried the Harpies for once over here in Faralos. They're pretty decent. They're in the northern part of Faralos, but we're about to gain a level and we're going to see what our next ability is going to be. Holy crap. Okay, so yeah, this is actually kind of ridiculous. Storm Strike. Yeah, definitely gonna grab that. Don't want Righteous Defense. Definitely don't want Drain Soul, but that one's not too bad. But wow, what the heck? How did we get... I can't even imagine the luck right now. Frostbrand weapon. Flame Tongue weapon. Storm Strike, guys. Exorcism for the Art of War that we love so much. We can do so much more with this build. I was a little bit worried because I was going to have to choose between some kind of TG build or not doing a TG build, right? If I was going to get everything I needed with Storm Strike, and now I don't have to make that decision. So this makes everything a whole lot easier for me. So what ended up happening is I just wanted to grind to 60 as fast as I could at this point, and I was constantly paranoid that somebody might be around the corner to kill me when I was ungeared, because honestly this build might be as good as it gets. At the moment we currently have Storm Strike, Hemorrhage, Judgment, Seal of the Righteousness, Flame Tongue weapon, Frostbrand weapon, Regrowth and Healing Touch, Manatide Totem, Lightning Shield if I didn't already say it, Earth Shock, Curse of Weakness, Exorcism, Corruption. I didn't even show this one, but Blink, guys. We got Blink at like 26 or 4, something like that. We have Hammer of Justice, and we also have Gouge, and those are the main ones. Just kind of throw. Oh, and we have Lightning Bolt, guys, for Maelstrom proc. So we kind of have everything we could ever need for a very good hybrid build. So again, my goal was to smack 60 as quick as I could and immediately begin gearing myself. So what you guys are about to see is a fight between me and a friend, Alavert. At first, I wasn't going to fight him, but we got to talking, and he really just wanted a honorable fight. He wanted to reset his character. If he won, that would be great for him, but if he doesn't win, he doesn't really care, right? He just wants that reset. I've totally been there. We got to talking a little bit more. I'm not going to lie. I thought that I could beat him. So I was like, yeah, what the heck? Let's go for it. Might as well. He also had some pretty good pieces of gear that I definitely wanted to get my hands on, so I'll let you guys watch the fight, and then we'll talk about it. So before I even started this fight, I saw that he had this Bloody Zandalar Vindicator's belt, and not only is it incredibly good for me and far better than the belt I had, which I can actually show you, it's still in my bank, it's a pretty good belt too, the Adelaide Girdle of the Bear. What was more important about this was the fact that it also had a random enchant that I very much need. Now I can't extract it because I need the belt as well, but it's just very good to have the rare version of this enchant at least somewhere on my character right now, because I do heavily use both my Frostbrand weapon, obviously, and my Flame Tongue weapon, so this was a very good talent for me to have. But overall, it was a pretty good fight. We got a lot of good gear, stuff like this Bloody Lieutenant Commander's plate helm. Let's see, the Bloody Knight Captain's plate chest guard. We got his pauldrons. We got a necklace that strangely looks like one I had on a previous iteration of this character. So it does actually make me wonder if he killed somebody else who had my stuff on it, which is fun to think that it's getting passed around that much. We also got his boots, his cape, and yeah, overall it went pretty well. We got some pretty good stuff from that fight, and stuff that I'm going to keep for future iterations of this build, because as much as I hate to admit it, I'm going to die eventually. It's just part of the game mode. So I'm on my way back to Ratchet. We're going to see if we can get the mount. We'll try again. It's actually been a bug that was preventing me from buying it, so still not great, but yeah, I mean, if I can get it, I guess it's fine. So in order to get here, I had to go to Eastern Ashenvale, and basically I just have to run all the way down here to Ratchet, and it's going to take a bit, so I'll catch you guys when we finally get there, but we might have to kill a guard or two. Also, we are finally getting Onyxia's Lair loot, which is quite good for a Fel-Touched character. And I think it's entirely as a result of picking up this Lieutenant Commander's Claymore, which is a pretty good two-handed weapon, because that means I'm not having to default to the Great Axe of the Ebon Blade on both slots. Yeah, it's just very, very good. So, what I'm going to do is show you guys, once again, my favorite farming spot with a build like this. In fact, this build was specifically altered to be good for this farming spot. And by that I mean I went for exorcism as hard as I could, okay, and it's the bread and butter of the spots, right? It makes it very, very easy. So I want to show you guys that spot again, the demon spot in Southern Winter Spring, but now with the Onyxia's Lair loot, because yeah, I think we're going to get really, really good stuff there. I'm hoping I can replace my jewelry sometime soon. I'm just using double protector's band. We were actually doing pretty good for our REs right now as well. So we have Holy Power, we have Track Humanoids, which has been very useful. We had Crusade, very, very good. Divine Strength, we have 3 out of 3 in Mental Quickness, 3 out of 3 in Elemental Weapons, and then we have a random 1 out of 3 Malediction, which is, you know, at least it's useful. Everything I have, I believe, is useful for me, except, I mean, even the Fierce Mind, right? So some of these things could be made better, clearly, but it's a good start for what we have so far, and so I'm very happy to have it. I feel like this particular playthrough of the character has gone very well so far, so it will really suck to die, but I do feel like I'm getting the hang of it now, and how to make everything kind of go in my favor. And yeah, even after purchasing all of this stuff, I still have 14k honor without doing any more quests, and I will do more quests unless I die before I can complete them. So yeah, it's going to be very easy to pick my character back up again. The main thing I'm worried about is getting killed by a player with vastly better gear than me, right? Because at this point, I'm at a transition point where my character is going to beat certain players simply because of gear, but other players are still going to dominate me because of gear as well. And this is clearly concerning, considering the fact that I finally got a very, very good build, and one that I also find very fun, but that's kind of the high risk, you know, well, I guess I should say risk versus reward factor, that's part of Fel-Touched mode. And that's part of the reason why I keep trying to enjoy it. And I actually do enjoy it. Even with some of the systems being in a way that I don't particularly agree with, I still think it's a very fun game mode with a whole lot of potential. Also, after going back and watching some of Ascension's videos on Fel-Touched mode, yeah, they really took it serious. They had some serious ideas behind why it was implemented. Yeah, I don't think they were correct in most of them. Same thing with like bloody jars, but at the end of the day, hey, it could be a lot worse. I mean, if I can still enjoy myself, that's what matters. Because when I see myself up at 2 o'clock in the morning playing a game, I know it's fun, right? Either that or I'm just going crazy because of quarantine. But hey, we're almost close to Ratchet. We did just enough gibberish to buy time until we got to Ratchet. God, there's this one guy, Zach, who is just slaying people right now. As soon as I entered Ashenvale at the Mortian Rampart up here, he had slain someone else. For a second, I forgot this was a level 20 zone, and I was a little bit worried. And there's always the chance that we find some hyper-geared player chilling at Ratchet, although I'm hoping at this time of night I can avoid that. Did you guys know that the original intention for Fel-Touched characters was to actually group up, kind of like a demon army against the main players? And I know this because in their original video for it that I've watched recently, again, they actually advocated for Fel-Touched players to group up and do city kill quests, and kill city leaders, and do those quests associated with it. So yeah, that's very interesting, because I've almost never, ever seen a Fel-Touched player actually group up with anybody. It's like not in the blood of the mode, I guess. Like, it just doesn't make sense, but it also kind of does at the same time. It's like you're evil against everybody, including each other. I guess that's kind of how demons are, and that's what you are. But hey, we're here. So I might have to kill a guard. Although, for some reason, they're not hostile towards me? Question mark? Which is very interesting. Because last time I was here, they were very, very hostile. Alright, trying the reload trick. Hopefully nobody kills me. Aha! We should be able to handle him. Both of them. Please, nobody kill me. Alright, that's one. The boat's coming, which is not good.
What do you need?
Damn, I still can't get it. I've got to get out of here. Yeah, it's just... I've already reloaded. I've killed guards. I'm just a little bit worried to get caught out. I don't think this is honorable combat, right? So anything could happen. I'm going to go ahead behind this tree and relog. And see if I need to do a full restart, relog, to make this happen. Make sure I'm, like, fully buffed. Alright, let's go back in. I'm very, very, very worried. Like, extremely worried. And I don't even think my weapons are currently enchanted. Severe mana issues, pretty terrifying. I'm just gonna go in there and go for it. We've killed 3 guards. Please work. No, it's not even working. God, I feel completely, like, cucked right now. And then I'm getting attacked again. Alright, let's try one more time. Seriously, some of the scariest stuff, because you just never know in Fel-Touched mode. You just never know. Alright, basically the last try. Everything is dead. Oh my god. Oh my god. Get out of here, get out of here. Oh god, run. Yes, we did it! We did it! And it looks so much better with these graphics too. We actually did it. I just gotta find somewhere safe and hearth back. This is great. Finally having a mount again. We can actually save our souls for the more expensive riding as well. That makes us go faster. So it's quite a lot of souls, but yeah, just very nice to finally have the normal mount. Ridiculous what you have to do to get it now, though. So what you see in the background is my character farming those demons like they are nothing. We got the spot to ourselves for a while, and this is actually where we're going to acquire the Crusade random enchant, the Epic Crusade random enchant that is very, very solid for our build. These demons in Southern Winterspring are so incredibly easy to kill with this build, and yeah, I'm just really excited to get my first piece of good Onyxia tier loot, right, or something up to it, so I can start improving my gear. People don't really come here because it is a bit of a death sentence unless your build is tailored for it, or you're good at the game, or have good gear, or just, you know, again, the right ability set, because yeah, they do pack a punch, and I have died here genuinely, and I've died here in 2 seconds just to suicide my character. I mean, it's a very volatile place. I have been fishing for a character that could farm here for a while, so we'll have to see, right, like what kind of loot that I can pull from a place like this. So it is almost 4 o'clock, but we're going to go right back to that place since we have the Onyxia Treasure Hunter buff, and I want to see if we can get something. So we're going to kill like 5 of them, and yeah, just kind of gauge where the loot is for us right now. My biggest worry is that after putting videos out showing these spots, I'll never be able to farm there again because people are going to be waiting for me there. That is something to worry about, and we'll have to gauge it and maybe look for new places as a result. So yeah, don't try that if you were thinking about it, because it's really, really lame. Alright, but the first Heterine Slayer. See, our exorcism crits by themselves are not as high, but our overall damage is better, right? And that's very enjoyable. We have 1k no crit right there on the lightning bolts. We can still get 3k crits with exorcism, but we kill things without even realizing we killed them. Okay, so at least we're getting things, not of Onyxia tier loot, but obviously we still get things that can be vendored off for a pretty decent amount of money. Okay, and this is two random tomes. Holy Fire Tome. That's a tome I'll actually keep. You never know. Let's see. Shadow Ward, Mind Blast. Not too great, but we still have some more options here. More demons to kill. Yeah, this one just melted. But nothing from her. Number 3. Okay, nice. A Serpentine Sash. Dealing direct damage with a fire spell or ability has a chance to guarantee your next fire spell or ability to critically strike. Not great for us, but, you know, that's a pretty decent belt that I'm going to keep for the sake of, you know, needing a decent belt at some point when I die. Alright, so we have 2 of them on us. This is where Curse of Weakness genuinely does come in handy. Number 4 is dead. Let's go for number 5. Cool, number 5. Let's see what we get. Off the first one, just a demonic rune and some trash. Okay, and what is this? Bloody Magister's Gloves. So, actually not bad. Not good for us, but a pretty decent little set just to be playing around with. You know, really it's vendor trash for me, but it's cool to see, right? I mean, item level 59 requires 54. Maybe jumped on that one a little bit too quick, but hey, at least we're pulling some, you know, solid vendor trash at a very, very quick, rapid rate. We've made at least like 10 gold, maybe way more because of this staff, maybe like 15 or 20 gold of just random junk so far, probably 15-ish gold, which is nice when I've literally been here for 4 or 5 minutes. There's also a rare over here. Maybe we can pick up the rare. I'm constantly worried somebody's going to appear though, but I mean, it's so late at night, and it's not just the fact that it's late at night, but typically the only people you see here are Iron Men with very, very honed builds, and this is just what they do for fun in general. The only bad thing about this texture pack is that the graphics are a little too good sometimes, and you have weather effects like this where you could barely even see. Definite disadvantage, I would say, against regular players. There's unclaimed belongings over there. Who died? Let's go ahead and kill this guy just to get him out of the way. We've been forgetting Lightning Shield. Like, there is a lot of stuff to click with this build, which is fine. Look at that. We barely even take damage. Oh my god. Heart-Seeking Crossbow with Crusader. That's actually better than what I had with the Monolithic Bow. And I don't know if the Crusader actually will apply to my other weapons because it is a random enchant type of thing. But it already had better stats too, so this is just sick. This is so sick. I can't even believe we got this. Very nice just to have. Not a level 60 bow, not a PvP bow, but still far better than what we had. And it looks like the rare is not here. It's a succubus with a proper name. But you know what? That's just fine with me. I'm going to go ahead and hearth back because, yeah, I don't want to stay out too late right now. But I'm very, very happy that I actually got something worth my time with Crusader on it, no less. And really, guys, the important thing here is that I can always extract this enchant and put it on something better. So when I do want to go and just buy the ranged weapon from the PvP equipment down here, the rare weapon, it's only 20k, and I might do it if it looks like I'm going to keep this character without dying for a while. Well, you know what? I can extract this, put it on one of my weapons, and yeah, just still end up with a better overall ranged weapon in that slot. So that went pretty well. Now, aside from any coin we may have looted, with only like 6 or 7 of those killed, knowing that I can sell basically everything that I've gotten from them, yeah, it looks like in about 6 or 7 minutes we pulled, you know, something around 15 to 20 gold. That's really sick when you know you're getting things like demonic runes alongside it and the chance for extremely good loot, which we have not quite acquired, but with the Onyxia's Lair stuff, I definitely can't wait. Another thing we also got while farming demons earlier was this Lordly Arm Guards. They're very, very good, but I got the Bloody Black Steel Bindings from killing that other guy in a 1v1, and they just work a little bit better for me right now, so that's what I'm going to go for. But the Lordly Arm Guards are still nice to have in the bank, because we'll probably end up dying and using them again in the future, especially with that enchant. Same thing with this Great Axe of the Ebon Blade. It has a pretty decent random enchant on it, and so I'm not going to go ahead and get rid of it. Even though I can buy them constantly, this one has the random enchant, and that's what makes it worth keeping for me. But really, late game, what I'd like to do is get a 2nd Lieutenant Commander's Claymore. But anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of this episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. But I will see you guys in the next episode of our Fel-Touched series. Mcdoubles out.